Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Ryan Body back with another video, another web development tutorial. This is actually going to be a part 2 to my last video, which was an introduction to authentication using Supabase, and today we're going to be covering authorization, so the second part of auth and auth, if you will, with Supabase. And I'm actually going to do 2 authorization videos with Supabase, one covering a way that you can set up protected routes in Sveltekit, which is what we'll be covering today with Supabase user metadata. And then in the next one, we're actually going to be covering row level security, or RLS, which allows you to protect data if you are setting up something like an endpoint in Sveltekit and you need to query data without constantly checking if the user has rights. It's a really cool feature of Supabase, so that's going to be coming up soon. Before we get into the video, I just want to apologize for the lack of content over the last couple of weeks. I have been very busy with a project at work that I'm finishing up, and very exciting news. Conquer CSS, my book, this is the proof copy, comes out next Tuesday, May 31st, 2022. If you're watching this in the future, it's already out. Go check it out. And if you happen to be watching it the week of release, it is currently free. So go snag your copy. And if you are watching this before release, there's going to be a link in the description below to the website where you can go to sign up to get a notification with a link to your free ebook copy of Conquer CSS. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so we have our project from part 1, the last video, which will be linked somewhere on screen. It's currently running, and so if I go ahead and pull it up, you can see we ended here where you log in and it just says you're in. Nothing special, but I'm not showing off an app. We have login, we have sign up, everything's working. However, we don't have any protected routes. But before we get into those like protected routes, and what I mean by protected routes is, let's say that you have like a user role in your application, and then you have an admin, and the admin needs to be able to see the admin dashboard. Well, I'm going to show you how to set up roles with your Supabase users so that you can protect those routes, if you will, and prevent regular users from going to the admin dashboard. But before I do that, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Ghost from the Svelte Discord, who left me some awesome feedback in a GitHub issue on the last video, reminding me that to instantiate an external service like this with supa.js, which I showed you how to do in the last video, you really should place it in the lib folder instead of the routes folder to keep things conventional. And so I just went ahead and stuck supa.js in an external folder within lib. And then a couple of you actually pointed this out in the comments as well. But my VS Code was not properly auto-completing my Svelte imports and was doing the full path to lib instead of the $sign shorthand. So if you have the repo from last video, be sure to make those changes just so that it's nice and clean. But let's go ahead and start creating our example of a protected route here. So again, if I pull up the application and I just go to dashboard, because I should still be logged in. Yep. You have your in. But what if we want an admin dashboard? So let's go ahead and create a new file called admin dashboard.svelte. And we're going to copy everything over from the dashboard file and just say, instead of you're in, we'll say admin dash and save it. And so now if we go back to our application and we go to admin dashboard, we can see admin dash. But what if I'm not an admin? I shouldn't be able to access that. Well, Supabase makes this very easy, and this is the approach that I like to take. This is just for protecting front-end routes. Like I said, there's going to be another video on row level security to protect data, which is an awesome feature of Supabase. So let's go ahead and go into our dashboard. And let's add a couple things here. First, I'm just going to go ahead and add an anchor tag that will take us to admin dashboard. And we'll call this go to admin. Right, and then let's add a couple buttons. And one will say give admin, and the others will say we'll remove admin. So we're just going to use these as a quick way of showing giving and taking away rights with Supabase. So let's go ahead and do on-click using the Svelte on-click event listener syntax. We'll do prevent default just to be safe, and we'll call this give admin, and then we'll do the same thing down here, on click, prevent default, and we'll call this remove admin. So we're going to have two functions called give and remove admin. So let's go ahead and do a script here, and we'll do an async function give admin, and it's not going to take any parameters, and we need to import Supabase. Actually, let's see if it automatically will do it for me. So what we'll do is we'll say constant user and air equals Supabase auto import. Yep. See, direct path. I gotta fix my Visual Studio Code. It seems to only do it when I'm recording, but I know that's not the case. Auth user, and let me just refresh my memory here. Dot update, right? So auth dot update instead of dot user, and we're gonna do parentheses, and then we will put the data that we want. So in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and set up data, and I'm gonna call it role admin. So here we're adding user metadata of a role that is admin, and then we're just gonna go ahead and copy and paste this function and call this remove admin. This isn't the cleanest way to do this, but I want to go ahead and just show you guys the principle proof of concept of how it works. And there we go, role user. And then if you want, you can do a dot then, and we'll say console.log user dot error console.error error. Okay, and we're just gonna go ahead and steal this and throw this down here as well and save. And so now if we go back to our application, and actually I'm gonna go ahead and inspect this, but let me pin my debugger down at the bottom. Let's go ahead and just, I'm not going to write any CSS for this. I just want to show how it works. But for right now, let's go ahead and just put a couple breaks in here, just so that these are all on different lines and easier to see. All right, so we have go to admin, which works. We have give admin. Cannot access user before initialization. What did I do here? Let me clear this and go home. Oh, of course. 1 second. I'm going to pause recording. I've got to update my secrets. I forgot I did that on a branch instead of my main. And we're back. and I'm wearing different clothes. So what happened was I accidentally committed my secrets to GitHub on my example project, and so Supabase automatically re-rolled my secrets, but I guess I had done it too many times because I can no longer access my secrets. So then I had to recreate the project, but Supabase was having some problems last night re-provisioning my database, and it took a few hours instead of a couple minutes, so I had to take a break. So it is the next day, and we are going to continue on here, and so let's go ahead and pull localhost back up, and I need to go ahead and sign up now since this is a new project. And I actually, before I do anything, need to confirm my sign up with my email, because by default you get a confirmation email from Supabase. So now if I sign in and I inspect, fingers crossed, and where did we leave off? Right, add and remove admin. If we go back here and I say give admin, I get the same issue. All right, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and remove these for now. And then what we'll do instead is on admin dashboard. So if you go to admin dashboard and you open up a script, I am going to say on mount we are going to console log Supabase auth.user. All right, so now if we go to admin, I've got to import. Oh, I did import. I've got to import Supabase. Import Supabase from lib external supa. All right, now, sorry. If we go back here, great. You can see finally console logged, and you can see in our user metadata, our role is admin because we did give admin. Now, if we remove admin and we go back to admin, you can see our role is user. So that is how you can, using these functions, quickly add and remove data from a user with this update function from the Supabase client. And actually, I'm using it here to add roles of admin and user. But how do we actually protect our routes? So that's pretty simple. On mount, what we're going to do is we are actually going to, instead of console logging this, we are going to get a constant of user from, what am I doing? Supabase auth.user. And then we're going to say if user.user underscore metadata does not equal admin, dot role, sorry, go to, nope, that's what we want. Let's import go to. I thought it would do it automatically, so we'll import go to from app navigation, like so. And now we'll say, if you're not an admin, go to dashboard. And save that. And now if we go back, we'll go to the admin dash. Let's go ahead and clear our console. And if we go to admin, why is it doing that? Can I read properties of undefined reading? Let's do a console log user. Here, let's go to dashboard. I just had this working. All right, I'm gonna undo all this. Hold on. I have this working already in a branch on the repo, so you know what? I'm just gonna grab that off my other screen because that's a lot simpler. And then drop that in, and because I know I'm just spelling something wrong. One moment. Routes, admin dashboard. Oh. You're probably all in the comments going, Ryan, why did you do these brackets? Okay, now, if we go to admin, as you can see, it's logging our user, which has a role of user, and it is not letting me go to the admin dashboard. However, if I give admin, oh, one moment. Let me make sure. I always do that. This needs to be a capital A. Now you can go to admin. If I remove admin, you can't go to admin. If I give admin, you can go to admin. So if this were me and I was building an application that needed like protected routes or pages, I would go ahead and build like a admin dashboard that only I had access to and listed out users from Supabase, and I could go ahead and give admin or remove admin to give them access to specific parts of the application. And that is how I use Supabase to set up protected routes in Sveltekit. Like I said, this is a lot different from row level security or RLS, which is how you protect data based on principles that are set up in your database. There is going to be another video on that this weekend. Sorry again for kind of the technical errors and me going back and forth on and kind of being out of the loop on the second half of this video. I was really thrown for a loop with that gap in the middle. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Thank you guys so much for the support recently and for the questions that I've been getting in the comments. If you have any questions about this, or you would have done it differently, or you have feedback for me, leave a comment below. And if you want more web development content like this, feel free to like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon for notifications when I post. I am going to be doing that a lot more. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.